Hello, everybody out there on Facebook Live. Thank you for joining us. We'll be opening the doors in about 20 seconds. Thank you for your patience. We're excited that you're here to sing with us today. Hey, Len, if you would like actually to sort of play a little bit as people are popping into the room, and then when I start saying the hellos, you can stop. You don't have to stop immediately. You can just sort of back off slowly. Hello, everybody. Hello. So good to see you. It's so good to come into this room and see all of these faces again, some regular faces and some new faces that I see. I'm so glad you're all here today. Thank you for being here. And Len, thank you so much for bringing us that gorgeous music to enter the room by. One of my favorite ways to enter the room is to be hearing this beautiful sounds that are indicative of where we're going. So hello to everybody out there on Facebook Live. We're glad you're here with us today. And hello to all the folks in the room. There are about 50 of us in here right now. I'm going to say hellos quickly since we have a bunch. Hello, Betsy from Washington Rebels. Glad to see you today. Hindi in Toronto. Hello. Doug in Vermont. Hello. Becky in Vancouver. Hello. Hello, Sarah in Texas. Hello, Sandy in Severna Park. Hello, Janice. Nice to see you today. Deborah in Kentucky. Hello. Deli, hello from DC. Dan in Virginia. Hello, Carolyn in Idaho. Hello, Heidi. Nice to have you today coming in from Silver Spring. And Rosalie in Michigan. Hello. Bonnie in Idaho. Bonnie, check out Bonnie's backdrop. I love it. That's really good, Bonnie. Thank you for that laugh. If anybody hasn't seen that meme in action, it's pretty great. Jamie, nice to see you today coming in from Victoria. And Larry, hello. Also new to us today. I'm glad you joined. Hello to David in upstate New York, Arlene in California, Jenny in Victoria, hello Luda in British Columbia, and Sandra, also maybe new to us, glad to see you today. Kevin in New Hampshire, hello. And Barb in Kentucky, hello. Janet and Peter in Toronto, glad you could make it today, nice to see you. Susan in Seattle, hello. Hello Sandy and Mark, nice to see you guys coming in from Maryland. And Anne in DC, hello. Karen in Arizona, hello. Lisa in Indiana. Lynn in Connecticut, Steve in Baltimore, Annette in California, Caroline in the DMV area. Hello, Busy Graham, Carpe Diem Arts. Hello, Natalia and Whippy, two little ones in the room today. Glad to see you guys coming in from Cambridge. Nancy in Washington, Sue in California, Storm in Massachusetts, Janet in Georgia. Hello, Sid and Sarah in Western Mass, and James in Tacoma Park, and Tom in Victoria, and Fran and Dale in Colorado, and Anne in New York, and Clyde in North Carolina, hello, and other folks not on video, Dion in Mass, Steve in Baltimore, Sheila in Florida, hello, and anybody else who I didn't see, hello, and hello to all the folks not on video, Sandra and Christina and Susan and Linda, and Adrian and so many others, and also hello again to everybody out there on Facebook. Glad we have so many folks wanting to sing with us today on this lovely, whatever today is, Friday. It's a Friday, it's a weekend. Hello, weekend, 2 days after inauguration, and hopefully everyone in the room still feeling a great deal of hope and a great deal of sort of new beginnings. So welcome formally to the Washington Rebels Carpe Diem Arts Daily Antidote of Song as we approach our 300th day of singing together, one song every day. For anybody who's new, we do this every day at noon Eastern time, meet in this room, sing some songs, build some community, and work together, not only to get through this strange pandemic time, but to figure out together how we're going to move forward into better places in the future. The lyrics will be in the chat. The donate link is in the chat. All the money goes directly to the artists who lead us in song. my email in the chat in case you want to be in touch or get on our daily list. And a thank you going out to Aaron Geyer, who is running the tech for us. Thank you very much, Aaron. Glad you're here today. And today we're welcoming a new artist who is actually from the Silver Spring, Maryland area, close to the Washington Rebels office and the Carpe Diem office, but now living in Florida. And he's new to us, so I would love it if we could give him a huge warm welcome. He is bringing us a song with lyrics that I don't think could be better fit for where we all are right now. Len, thank you so much and welcome.
Thank you so much, Joe. Can you all hear me good? Okay? All right, great. It's so amazing. I love gallery view because I don't feel like I'm by myself. You know, I feel like I'm here in community, and I can't tell you how awesome it is to see some old friends, Sandy and Mark and Busy Graham, and I'm sure there's some other people I know in here, but anyway, old and new friends. It's very cool. So I'm going to teach you a chorus, well, maybe let me just set the stage a little bit. So I wrote this song. It's really inspired by words of Martin Luther King, but also kind of filtered through a DC area person who I absolutely adore, who is the Buddhist teacher Tara Brach. And Tara gave a Dharma talk at one point that she called Love is the Answer. And it was about, you know, you can hear those words and you say, yeah, cliche, whatever, you know. And yet, love is the answer. And also, you know, I think sometimes people discount that. They say, oh, it's just sentimentality. Real love is not sentiment. It's not mere sentiment. It's the most powerful, strong force in the world. And it doesn't always appear that way, but I believe it. I believe it in my heart. And oh my God, you know, the inauguration events, oh my God, how hungry I was, and I think a lot of other people too, to hear words of, to hear a president and a vice president and all these other people and people of different colors and ethnicities talking about love and compassion and justice. Oh my God. So that's kind of where this song comes from. How do we deal with injustice in the world and do it from a place of love? So in the chat is the chorus. Let me sing it through a couple of times. Love is the answer. I know it's true. Love is the answer. Only love can pull us through. Try it with me. Love is the answer. I know it's true. Love is the answer. Only love can pull us through. Oh boy, I see somebody out there with a guitar. How cool is that? So you probably figured out I'm playing in D. Love is the answer. I know it's true. Love is the answer. Only love can pull us through. So when I get to that part, just join right in. And isn't it great to sing with people? And I do really feel like I'm singing with you all. And it feels really, really good. Every day I read the news. Sorrow fills my heart. Children gunned down by weapons of war. Families torn apart. I see red. I wanna lash out at the ones that act so cruel. But hate can never drive out hate. Vengeance is the path of a fool. Love is the answer. I know it's true. Love is the answer. Only love can pull us through. Friends of mine feel danger from a surge of bigotry. How can I stay silent and pretend that I don't see? I hold a picture in my mind of my great-granddaughter's face, and I know I need to do my part to make this world a kinder place. Love is the answer. I know it's true. Love is the answer. Only love can pull us through. Sing it one more time. Love is the answer. I know it's true. Love is the answer. Only love can pull us through. Martin Luther King showed us how to stand strong for what is right. And he never let hatred cloud his loving side. Sing it so tenderly. Love is the answer. I know it's true. Love is the answer. Only love can pull us through. Love is the answer. Love is the pull us through.
Len, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel you all, and it's so. I feel so grateful that we made it as a country. I wasn't sure, and I know it's not over, and there's a lot of struggle ahead of us. But God, what a relief! Love is the answer. It doesn't always seem it, does it? But I really believe it.
Thank you. I think a lot of us believe it too, and it's really good to be reminded, because no matter how much we believe it, there are days where that's harder to see. And singing it with you felt like not just a reminder, but like a giant deep breath. It really just felt like something about the rhythm of that song, or the slowness of that song, slowing down, taking a breath, reminding ourselves of exactly those words. Love is the answer. And while we talk about a lot of the hard work ahead, it's not always hard work to love. Sometimes it can be a little bit, but it's one of the easier things we can do, is to love. And thank you for reminding us and bringing that to us. So you've already brought up some of the things that are most on our mind. So the difficulties of this entire past year, and the sense of losing our country, and some of the challenges of moving forward. So I could ask you a question, or I could just say, talk to us. Tell us where you are.
Sure, I'll talk a little bit, and then if I run out of things to say, definitely, please, ask me questions or whatever. I want to tell you, well, first of all, I saw somebody posted my website, and it's lenseligman.com, and you can find my music there. This is one of the original songs on a brand new album. And so you can find it there at my website. You can also find a video of this song and some others. And the reason I bring that up, this video in particular, there's part of the video that is filmed with the most amazing tour guide I have ever encountered, who was a being of love and light. Her name was Wanda, and Wanda is a tour guide at the Dexter Avenue King Memorial Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama. And I had a personal tour guide, and we really hit it off. And I taught her this song, and Wanda and I sang this song in Dr. King's church. And we sang it in his office. And there was a picture of him in that office. And it was just an incredibly moving experience. I felt like I was stepping into a stream of love. A stream of a powerful, powerful stream of love. So I'd love for you to check that out, because there's a little footage of me and Wanda singing this song together. Let's see. So I wanted to just pass on that story, and Joe, anything you want?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just so beautiful, stepping into a stream of love. And I have to say, I get a lot of notes from folks in the room, and there's a lot of overlap in the language you're using and the language that folks in the room use about what this space has meant to us, being able to be in here during this wonk doodle time, and finding a place where there is love and shared community. And we're so glad that you've joined us to be part of that community today. And And your enthusiasm about being able to see the faces and be singing with all these faces is it's that feedback. I think that's so amazing, and it is one of the places where we do build a lot of strength. So thank you for telling us about your music project, website, places where people can go. And I guess I would just ask you before we take a few hands, what sort of the transition COVID pandemic election inauguration has been like for you, emotional journey and how you've managed.
Yeah, wow. Talk about the 10,000 joys and the 10,000 sorrows. Uh, let's see. I personally have not experienced hardship other than just the normal, oh, I want to go see live music. I want to go out to eat, just that, that kind of stuff. And I miss people, of course. I'm actually a retired computer geek and did that so I could return to my first love of music full time. So I didn't have I didn't have major lost income or anything. My biggest hardship, I moved to Florida following my mom down here, and my mom, who just died last September. My mom was an incredible lady, and I guess the biggest hardship was not being able to visit her for most of the last 6 months of her life. So that was tough. Let me tell you about some of the joys. I married the love of my life in March. It was a wedding that happened over Zoom. So that was that. And then right now, I have both of my kids visiting and my grandson. Both my kids with their, in one case, wife and in one case, girlfriend. And I have my grandson, Danny, who's 7 months old now. And oh my God, it's just the greatest joy imaginable. So yeah, my life is very full.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. It's really easy when you're looking at a 7-month-old to remember that love is the answer, right? I mean, it's just they exude it in everything that they do and that they be. And I also would say that I really love when there's these little moments where we get to know folks in the room a little bit more sort of by accident. So you said computer geek, and I saw at least 2 people wave. One of them, Doug in Vermont, and I couldn't catch who else it was. So potentially there's some other computer geeks in the room. Little by little, we piece together who we all are, right? And I love that. So let's see. I think we have time for a few questions. I'd love to take some hands if people have a question for Len or anything about his music or about the content of the discussion. I'm scrolling now, and just wave at me if you'd like me to unmute you. We would love to hear from you. Looking for hands.
Well, real quick, I see in the chat, where was I before Florida? I was in Silver Spring, Maryland. Perhaps you've heard of it. Yeah, I spent 30 years in Silver Spring, and that's where I brought up my kids, and a lot of fond memories, a lot of dear friends, and a couple of them are on the call. Yay! That's
great. Yeah, so I think most folks in this room have probably heard of Silver Spring, Tacoma Park, DC, and the interrelation between, because the orgs who are in this room and a lot of people who are in this room as hosts and as participants come from that area. But of course, one of the fun things being that a lot of folks don't come from that area. So all of you who don't come, you now have to come visit at some point when Len is up here and I'm here and Busy's here, and we're gonna have a big party. So, all right, I'm looking for hands one more time just to see if there's anybody who'd like to say anything. And if not, we're going to ask Len to sing that beautiful chorus for us again.
So I see something from Sandy Moore saying, is it possible for me to sing the title track of the album, It's Our Turn Now? And that, I don't know if there's time for that or not.
So absolutely, you're welcome to switch songs and sing something different on the closing out of this, and we'd be happy to have a new song. And is it possible that we can find the lyrics to the chorus online, or do you have the
Uh,
capacity to?
maybe I can post them in the chat.
Sure, that'd be great.
Uh,
While you're
let me see here, but first I have to find them.
Okay, while you're looking and poking and finding and posting, I will look once more for hands, and otherwise I'll just keep talking because you can see how much everybody in this room loves my voice, right? Like, here's a good day for hands, and everybody's like, nope, you're on, Joe. So I'm looking. Karen from Arizona, thank you for rescuing me.
Len, between your reference to Tara Brach and the 10,000 Joys and Sorrows, I gather you are a Buddhist practitioner. I wondered if you wanted to say anything about that.
Well, I'm actually an interfaith minister. I grew up with a Jewish background. I have studied Buddhism as well as Sufism. So I'm kind of a spiritual polyglot. But yes, Buddhist teachings are very important to me. Yeah. So
That was
yeah.
actually a
Thank,
more interesting answer than I anticipated. Thanks.
Sure.
thank you, Karen, for the great question. And so just for fun, can I see a show of hands of how many people have overlap with Jewish faith, Buddhist, Sufism? I'm just gonna see like if folks wave. Yeah, very cool. Thank you. That's really, really cool. I'm looking on screen too. Wow, lots. I love it. That's really good. I did see a lot of head nodding when you brought up the name of the woman in DC. And so maybe Len, afterwards, you and I can share some emails, and I'll include some links that you want to recommend for folks to read in tomorrow's email so that people can
Oh,
follow up
sure.
with some of what you've brought up.
Oh,
Yep.
sure.
And also,
Happy to do that.
great. Thank you. Also, I will be sending you the chat. I don't know if you're keeping up with it, but there's lots of beautiful stuff in there. So to everybody in the room who isn't waving your hand around and asking questions, fi on all of you, can you please post anything you want Len to read in the chat? And that way he will be able to see it after we close today. And thank you for that. So Len, were you successful on the lyric posting?
Oh, right.
So
It was
that's what we
tricky.
would
We
call.
asked you a question in the middle of that, so that's our fault.
So we're all from the pan-dementia zone, so we all get it, like on one track and then on no track. So let's see, gang. I can actually talk for a minute while Len is looking. I will tell you that I will tell you as soon as I find it on my screen, in the upcoming week, some of the folks that we have, because I'm super excited actually. So we have, let's see, Alex, Vernon, and Sarah Olmsted. They've been in the room with us a few times, but not for many, many months. And they're going to be doing something special tomorrow. And the only thing I will say is that they are primarily, before they are singers, they are puppeteers. So come tomorrow and see what we might see. And Jubilee Voices joining us on Sunday with another amazing song sung by many people. That's one of the greatest things when we get to have different verses. It's second to actually having folks in the room who are singing together in one square. And we're going to have Greg Greenway. We're going to have some new folks, Henry and Betsy Chapin, who have joined us a lot in the room as attendees. They're going to be bringing us some music and also some overlap in their world with Jack Langstaff and some of the other Revels traditions. And we have a new group, Armand and Benedict. I think they go by the name of Vox. And they are young and hip and cool, and I think we're going to love them. And then, of course, everyone knows we have our 31st of January, 300th day anniversary celebration, both in here and in the pub sing that night, which is, of course, an unofficial celebration of our time in here. But please join us for all that special stuff. And February will be very much concentrating on Black History Month. So we hope you'll continue to join us all of February. Len, how did I do?
Awesome. So I just posted. Okay. And it's posted again. It's our turn now. They showed us how. It's our turn now. So this one, I mentioned that I was in Montgomery, Alabama. Well, right the day before I was in Montgomery, I was in Selma. And I walked across the Edmund Pettus Bridge where John Lewis was beaten within really an inch of his life. And I walked across that bridge. I watched a documentary movie. If once the pandemic is done, I can't recommend highly enough doing a pilgrimage to Jackson, Mississippi, to Selma, to Montgomery. They're really sacred places. And I felt, I might start crying. So I'll just let you know that might happen. I felt the presence of not only John Lewis, but all the stories of the people that I'd never heard of. And this song starts with a story about Jimmy Lee Jackson, who was killed he was unarmed, he was killed by police officers for the right to vote, and that led to the Selma to Montgomery March. So this is the title song of the new album. It's called It's Our Turn Now. And that's what I felt. I felt, I guess I better get to the song. I'm taking too long. No, Joe, it's good. Okay, all right, I'll just say another thing that I felt, I mean, we all get discouraged, right? There's a lot that's very discouraging that we see in the world. And then I looked at the level of oppression and hopelessness that African Americans must have felt in that world in 1965. And I thought, if they could fight from a place of love and maintain hope, well, I surely can step up just a little bit more. Maybe I don't have that kind of bravery, I don't know, but I can certainly do more. And that's what inspired this song. Oops. Jimmy Lee Jackson, back from Vietnam, in desperate times, he dared to hope in Marion, Alabama, mid-1960s, a black man could not vote. There was a peaceful protest. The police attacked his grandpa and mom. Jimmy tried to defend them. The cops shot and killed him. He was unarmed. The people said, enough. We won't let Jimmy die in vain. They started a march to Montgomery, 15 miles on foot in his name. The marchers were gassed and beaten on national TV. Millions raised their voices, saying everyone should be free. It's our turn now. It's our turn now. They showed us how. It's our turn now. Come and join us. We will rise. We will vote and organize. They showed us how. It's our turn now. So that's the chorus. Let me sing it again so you can, while it's fresh in your mind. It's our turn now. It's our turn now. Our turn now. They showed us how. They showed us how. It's our turn. It's our turn now. Come us, we will rise, we will vote and organize. They showed us how. It's our turn now. The marchers arrived in Montgomery, met by a jubilant crowd. 50,000 black and white, their voices clear and loud. They overcame despair, they bravely took a stand. A law was passed protecting voting rights across the land. And it's our turn now, our turn now. They showed us how. It's our turn now. Come and join us, we will rise, we will vote and organize. They showed us how. It's our turn now. Come and join us, we will rise, we will vote and organize. They showed us how. It's our turn now. Our turn now.
Thank you, Len. That was tremendous. What a beautiful,
Thank you
beautiful.
so much. It's so wonderful to share this with you. I should say that while there are probably four or five of the songs are social justice related, there's also on the album there's a bunch of songs that are just plain fun. So
Because it's okay to have fun sometimes in the middle of all of the social justice work we are doing. And actually the words "Our Turn Now" just reminded me of yesterday when we were in the room with Sparky and Rhonda Rucker, and Sparky was talking about the older generation and, you know, sort of what they've been doing in the movement, and the fact that the millennials have sort of come up from the bottom. And in many ways, we've learned some stuff from how the millennials are doing it. So those of us in the sandwich generations, we can look two directions for ways that we can move forward and make change. So thank you again, Len. And I do want to shout out Sandy Moore is how I found you. So thank you, Sandy, for pointing me in the direction of Len. And as always, I welcome any of you to email me with suggestions of folks that you know and love so we can bring them to the room. And Len, we definitely hope you'll come back and sing with us another time. And
I would absolutely love that.
maybe when we
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Maybe when we bring you back, we'll go for the fun songs and we'll take a moment just to laugh and be together. So thank you again. Can we all please give Len a huge hand? Welcome and thank you. And Len, I'm sorry you can't hear them all, but it's beautiful to watch, isn't it?
Oh, I see them. I see them, and it goes right to my heart. Thank you.
Thank you. For anyone in the room who's new today, if you want to stick around after we say the goodbyes so I can learn about how you found us, that would be great. And if not, we welcome all of you to join us again tomorrow for another great day of singing together and other fun, exotic things. Thank you so much again for being here. And please go ahead and help me wave everybody out. Betsy, goodbye. Thank you. Hindi, goodbye. Doug, goodbye. Becky, thank you, goodbye. Sarah, goodbye. Deborah, goodbye. Dan, goodbye. Carolyn and Bonnie, goodbye to the two Idahosians. And Jamie, thank you and goodbye. Arlene, thank you. Jenny, thank you. Luda, thank you. Kevin, thank you. Barb, thank you. Janet and Peter, goodbye and goodbye. And Susan, thank you so much. Sandy, thank you. And thank you again for introducing us to Len. Karen, thank you. And thank you for the rescue question while I was needing to take a breath. Lisa, thank you so much. Oops, I forgot to say goodbye to everybody on Facebook Live. Thanks, gang, Facebook, for being with us. And do join us tomorrow for Alex and Sarah. I think it's going to be